Zoom out your thinking and to realize that this is literally only 10 days of your life. 10 days of your entire life. I promise you can do it. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, EarthCoCreations. My name is Caitlin, and today I'm going to be talking about a few questions that you guys had about the 10-day Vipassana retreat, the silent meditation retreat, and just answering some of you guys' concerns or comments and whatnot. So let's just dive right in. So question number one is, what is Vipassana? So many people, when I tell them I went to a Vipassana retreat, they're like, Caitlin, what even is a Vipassana retreat? What does that mean? Basically, it's just a type of meditation that involves scanning the body very thoroughly and remaining completely present. It doesn't have anything to do with the imagination. You're not like using chanting or mantras. You are just scanning the body and using what is already present in this moment, which is your breath and your body and yourself. So it's also just being the witness to all of that. That is like the biggest part in Vipassana, is that you are not the body, you are not the breath, but you are the one witnessing the body and the breath. So another question I got was, where did you do your Vipassana meditation? Where did I do my Vipassana? So I actually did mine in my home state, which is Texas, and it was really beautiful. They have them located everywhere in different countries, so definitely look into which one's closest to you and which one you feel called to. So someone asked, what is the lodging like? Basically, you have your own private bedroom, and it has its own private bath and shower, at least the one that I went to. I think that every center is going to be different, but the one that I went to, I had my own private bath and my own private bed. It was just like a twin-size mattress, and then just there was a little table and chair in my room as well. So nothing fancy. It's literally just basics, necessities, everything you need to be comfortable. Another thing to note is that men and women have completely separate dorms. They don't at any point interact. Besides, for us, we all meditated in the meditation hall. Just men were on one side and women were on another side. Another question is, do you get to talk to anyone during your stay? And the answer to that is no. You cannot talk. This is a silent meditation. You can't even make eye contact with people. So there's like nonverbal. You cannot non-verbally communicate with people. So you are supposed to be silent. The thing is if you really need something, there are your teachers and your mentors. You can schedule a meeting with your appointed supervisor or person that you're assigned to, and you can talk to them about really anything or concerns that you have. How much does it cost? Because you would think that for room, stay, food, meals, 2 times a day, that you would have to pay for something like this, and the answer is $0. It costs $0 to do this. Personally, you can donate, and you can donate money after the retreat is over if you felt like you benefited from it or you just want to give back. Yeah, I highly recommend donating to the center because that's what keeps it running and going and able to feed the next people who come. So I think it's really generous to offer your money in order to keep these places running. How is your willpower to meditate for 2+ hours different while in the retreat versus when you were meditating back home? This is a great question. Thank you so much for asking this question. So how it's different is that while you're in the retreat, I feel you're in an environment that supports your meditation fully and 100%. Because you're surrounded by people who are also doing the same thing as you, you're also listening to Goenka and his words of wisdom and his chanting. And I feel that this puts you in a deeper meditation rather than being back home. And you're also in a specific meditation hall, and the lighting is perfect, and you have your cushion and your blankets and your props, and it's just the environment is what really is helpful to these meditations. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's easy, because it's not. I want to reiterate the fact that this is a very challenging experience, and you're going to go through a range of emotions. I remember experiencing throughout one day, just one day, I would experience such happy emotions, and I'd be like, yes, this feels so good. Like, this is the golden ticket. Like, I genuinely felt so like, I was like, now I understand what people are talking about when they feel this enlightened sense within them, because I experienced it myself. And then I would also experience the complete opposite, where I literally was sitting there in complete anger and frustration, and my body like was raging. Like, I just wanted to get up and just fucking like run away. Like, I just didn't want to be there sometimes. They create the schedule in a very unique way, and a way that is going to enable success, I believe. The next question: what is the biggest tip you have for this Vipassana retreat? The biggest tip that I have for this Vipassana retreat is to zoom out your thinking and to realize that this is literally only 10 days of your life. Like, let that sink in. 10 days of your entire life. I promise you can do it. Even when you get there and you feel like, I literally can't do this and I need to leave, remind yourself, this is literally only 10 days of your life. I promise you can get through it. I promise you can get through it 100%. And I just want to remind people who are hopefully watching this video before they go, please take this with you. Remind yourself when you're in those moments of complete and utter just wanting to give up on the retreat, don't stay. Stay. Because I think we probably spend more time as a whole, especially in America, on our devices and our phones. Like, we've spent well over 10 days of our lives already, wasting our time on scrolling and Instagram and, everything, like YouTube, whatever. I do the same thing. But I put things in perspective for yourself, okay? Because you need to have that mindset of zooming out. Like, zoom out of the experience. And also you're going to realize this as Goenka teaches and gives his very great words of wisdom, especially in the Dharma talks. I'm not going to lie, one big factor of motivation to keep going was those Dharma talks, because I'm like, ooh, it's movie night, yay, because that's how it felt. It's like we get to sit here and watch Goenka, and he gives you some really powerful words of wisdom. And I'm not going to lie, I'd say that that's the biggest thing that helped me to keep going, that and my mindset. It's all about your mindset. So for you to keep going and getting through this retreat, it's going to take words of encouragement from yourself, and you're going to realize everything is impermanent. That uncomfortable feeling of wanting to leave, that is impermanent. It will change. So just remember that. It's hard, but you got to love yourself through the experience, and also realize that you're going to be gaining so much through just going, right? How did I prepare myself for the 10-day retreat? I prepared myself, I was already meditating for probably 2 years before I went to this retreat. But right before I was going to the retreat, for probably about 6 months, I was doing 30 minutes a day at least. At least 30 minutes a day of meditation. I was also watching YouTube videos and just getting more information about the retreat itself. If you want to be really successful, I think during this retreat and probably feel better, I would say and recommend doing 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at night. But if you want to be super extra, do an hour in the morning and an hour at night, or 45 minutes in the morning and 45 minutes at night. I think that'll give you a great advantage for this retreat. Also, limiting your screen time, because you're not going to have your phone. So I would say, try to use your phone like an hour or less a day before the retreat. And also start eating more clean foods, and just prepare your body, prepare your mind, and make sure that you're loving on yourself and motivating yourself to get through this. What do I know now that I wish I knew before going to the 10-day retreat, so I was more prepared or made the most of my time there? One thing I wish I knew before I went was how freaking life-changing I didn't expect it to be so life-changing. I didn't expect myself to realize so much within that experience. And so there's nothing that I really wish that I knew before I went. You know, you just go and you just experience it for yourself, and you don't really need to know anything beforehand besides that you can do it and that you are 100% capable of doing anything that you set your mind to. If you really want to complete this 10-day Vipassana, you will complete it. There's no doubt in my mind. It's going to be hard and it's going to be rough, but it's also going to be beautiful and magical, and you're going to realize so much about yourself. So it looks very intense doing the 10 hours a day meditation. Was it hard to complete? Absolutely, it was hard to complete. There was a couple of days where I wanted to leave, but I always said, like, no, we're not doing that. It's only 10 days. There was no in my mind going back and forth. It was, no, Caitlin, you're not doing that. We are not leaving. You're not. Nope. There's just no question about it. You're staying here, and that's that. Don't give yourself the option to leave. Don't give yourself the thought to leave, because if you open that door, you know, you might go out that door. So don't even open the door. It was absolutely hard. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done, I guess, within myself. I just want to say that a lot of stuff will come up. A lot of traumas will come up, and you might think things aren't going to come up, but they are. They're going to come up, and they're going to come up fucking punching you in the face. So just be prepared. Be prepared. But it's beautiful because you remain equanimous to it, and that's what the teachings are. You remain in witness to these heavy emotions, right? And you let them come in, and you let them come out, and you don't resist, and you don't repress, and you don't express. You just allow. And I think that's the whole part of the experience. Okay, so we have our last question of the day. How has your life changed ever since the Vipassana experience? Like an actual transformation that you witness in your current day-to-day life. This Vipassana retreat has genuinely impacted every cell of my being. Like, I am a changed person because of that retreat, and it just brought me so into tune with nature and myself. And literally, the best way I could explain immediately coming out of that retreat is like, that's the closest I could ever get to being sober and not being on psychedelics, but feeling like you're on psychedelics. So it really puts you in tune with all of your senses so deeply. Like, you can just feel everything. Now, I will say a year and a half later, here I am. Day to day, I would say that I notice my reactions so much deeper than I used to. I used to walk through life not knowing how I felt, how I was feeling in general, or I would run away from my feelings because they were scary, they were big, they were uncomfortable. And I still do that to an extent, but now I notice it. Like, I notice everything for the most part. Like, I'm very self-aware of what's going on internally, even if I don't like it. But that's the whole point of life, is you're supposed to remain equanimous with feelings you do and don't like. So yeah, I would just say that it's being less reactive to the world around me, which is so important. It's nice to understand your own feelings. So thank you so much for asking that question. I appreciate it. So I'm going to grab my notebook right now and just read you a few things that I had written while I was in my 10-day meditation. And yes, you're not allowed to bring a notebook, but personally, I felt like this is my life. I'm gonna write about it, okay? Because I love writing, and I didn't see a real issue with it. So I wouldn't recommend it if you don't care, or if you want to follow the rules, do that. Yeah, these are my doodles. These are the doodles I doodled. It's kind of crazy, I know. You surprise yourself. One thing I wrote was realizations, insights, and advices. Don't take life or this course so seriously. If you're unwholesome to someone else, it means that you are hurting yourself first and foremost. Imagination and forcing thoughts is not reality. One day at a time and one moment at a time. Be comfortable with the uncomfortable, because the uncomfortable is unavoidable. Breathe through it. Nothing is permanent. Things are constantly changing. We are the law of universe within. Each sensation is a change occurring. You are in charge of your own actions. Only you have the ability to cultivate change. No higher power can do it for you, but they will assist you as you begin on the path. Craving creates unhappiness. Replace I with you and you with I. That will create awareness. So me saying, you are dumb, you are stupid. I am dumb, I am stupid. That creates awareness, because when you are hating on someone else, you're really just hating on yourself. And replacing the you with I really creates awareness of that. Like, reacting is what keeps us chained. Don't give any sensation more importance than other sensations. Remain neutral in it all. You must fight your own battles and you must liberate yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. And as scary as that seems, it's not, because you are so powerful. You are so powerful, and you literally have all the power you need to be able to help yourself. You really do. You are not helpless. You may have been taught that, but you're not. It's not true. You are beautiful. Remaining neutral to eating. This is a big thing for me because I'm a foodie. I love food. And during this retreat, for the first time ever, I experienced remaining neutral to food. It's an insane feeling. Have patience, persistence, equanimity, diligence, and continuity of practice. It's the key of success. Give more love and compassion to an unwholesome person. They are ignorant. Can't put fire out with fire. All sensations are impersonal, and they are just a natural phenomenon occurring. Sensations are from a chemical reaction in the body. Thank you so much for tuning into my energy. May you go tune into your own now. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any other questions. It really helps my videos to be seen, to be noticed, and to help other people along the Vipassana journey. Thank you.